other cinematic events now. The American Film Institute's 1995 Film Festival is now underway. The annual event features the best in independent filmmaking from Los Angeles and around the world. And this Saturday, the festival's organizers have planned a special all-night movie marathon. Entitled Left Wing versus Right Wing, the event will feature films made during the Cold War and promises to play to everyone's more paranoid fantasies, let's say. Here are a few scenes from the evening's offerings.
Obituary. Name so-and-so, age such and such. Does this tell us about a young lawyer who went in the Marine Corps, who lost 8 feet of intestines in Korea, gut shot by a grenade made in Czechoslovakia of scrap and by machines that had been shipped from the States to somewhere in Western Europe, and then transshipped behind the Iron Curtain? Does this give you a picture of a guy who let his own teeth go because his kid needed bands on hers? Okay. Malcolm Baxter, 34, married, 2 children, ex-Marine. There's your obituary.
Scenes from AFI 1995. Joining me now is Gary McVeigh of the American Film Institute. Thanks for being with us. The Festival 95 Festival is up and running, and we've got the marathon coming up on Saturday the 28th. It's a long-standing tradition, the AFI Marathon Movie Fest here. And this year's theme, how was it chosen? Left wing versus right wing?
Personal whimsy, actually. We always look for Hollywood films that represent something deeper. Movies are about something. This year we decided that the most profoundly political films are not usually explicitly about politics. They reflect the ambience of the time that they were made in such a profound way that often the people living at the time couldn't see them. It was invisible to them. They're visible to us now. Sometimes they're campy or seem funny, but at the time they're quite serious, and often they're quite good films, but they do have that somewhat funny edge to a modern audience.
Enjoy the full relaxation of outdoor living. Bask in the desert sun by your own private pool. Why be caught up in the rat race of city life when you can enjoy life the Sunny Dunes way? Play tennis on emerald green lawns. Drink fresh mountain water from oaken buckets. Breathe the unpolluted air of the high desert. Take your son quail shooting in the wide open spaces. Who knows, you might even bag a mountain lion. Get out in the sun and water your own private garden. Become an independent man. Forge a life of your own, like the pioneers who molded the West. You gals will really enjoy the fully equipped Sunny Dunes kitchen.
Some of the most poignant political footage you can find would be television commercials from the 50s that show women, sitting around talking about their waxed floors and how perfect they are. They're poignant to us now. We can see meanings in them that weren't terribly clear in 1957 when they were broadcast. This is certainly true of the feature films that we have at the marathon. What's also interesting is how much the political line changes in so few years. There's a 1943 film, which is a sort of singing telegram to Joseph Stalin, because at the time, Russia was our ally in the war. We badly needed them. This was a sort of primer for Americans on what was so great about the Soviet Union.
Besides your work here in Moscow, I understand you have visited many other sections of the Soviet Union.
I've been greatly impressed by what I've seen. Your industrial plants, the development of your natural resources, and the work being done to improve living conditions everywhere in Russia. I believe, sir, that history will record you as a great builder for the benefit of mankind.
It is not my achievement, Mr. Davies. Our 5-year plans were conceived by Lenin and carried out by the people themselves.
The results have been a revelation to me. I confess I wasn't prepared for what I found here. You see, Mr. Stalin, I'm a capitalist, as you probably know.
Yes, we know you're a capitalist. There can be no doubt about that.
We also know this, Mr. Davis. The worst things you've had to say about us, you've said to our faces. The best things you've said to our enemies.
We want you to realize that we feel more friendly toward the government of the United States than any other nation.
Another one of the highlights you have at this year's AFI Festival is the fact that there's a tribute to contemporary Mexican cinema as a component of the festival. A great film called El Callejón de los Milagros, Miracle Alley, will be playing. It's part of this whole collaboration between Mexico and AFI, which is kind of historic in a way. It's kind of going back to the height of, there used to be once a great collaboration between Mexico City and Hollywood. And this might be a step towards renewing some of those ties, no?
Well, we sense that's coming back, and we'd like to be at the forefront of that. Our Film Institute and IMCINE, the Mexican Film Institute, are cooperating on this. We're trying to make it a permanent showcase in Los Angeles each fall. That'll happen at this festival. of the latest and greatest Mexican films. And they break up that monolithic image of Mexico that many casual moviegoers have. It's not a monolithic society. These films are obsessed with modern issues like gay rights, the women's movement, abstract art, all kinds of stuff. Also, they have quite advanced technological ideas, things that we could learn from up here. So it's quite a two-way street.
That is a priceless legacy always of AFI, to be able to bring in stuff that might not always be apparent at the local Cinematheque. We encourage everyone to go check out the marathon and all the other highlights, including the Mexican cinema component of the festival, and we congratulate you on this year's festival.
Thank you.
McVeigh. You won't want to miss the rest of the AFI Film Festival, which runs through November 2nd. For tickets and scheduling information, call 213-856-7707. And again, it's this Saturday, October 28th. You can catch the all-night movie marathon, Left Wing versus Right Wing. It'll be at Lemley's Monica Theater. The number for information is, once again, 213-856-7707. Hey, and we'd like you to write to us about all the different things we talked about today. So write us or call us at Viewer Comments, 4401 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, 90027. You can also call at 213-664-4159, or even send us an email message. The email address is lifetimes